Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, we have finally gotten a photo of Nicholas Galaxine, whatever his name is. Now I can say his name. As He-Man. Now it's a vague shot. It looks kind of behind the scenes, like someone's taking a photo of him having a proper portrait taken. It's from behind, and the floor looks pretty rough. And it looks like there's a screen in front of him and you can see the bottom of the screen. So it's not a great photo. It's not what I would have been putting out to promote this film as the first shot of He-Man. Now, of course, the first thing I did was what everyone else did, was go straight to my settings and lighten the photo, bring up the contrast, the shadows, the blackness, the highlights, and just play around with it to see whatever detail we could see. And initially my thoughts are relief, because he does have the basic He-Man look. Because after that disaster that was cosplay, Teela, or Timu Teela, I was a little bit worried. And we see, I mean, they haven't stuck exactly to the original, sadly, which I think they should have, frankly. He's got what appears to be leather boots with straps, rather than the animal skin ones that are woven. He's got the gauntlets, which seem to be made out of leather with silver attached to them, like pieces. And the belt seems to have a little bit of that, and the belt seems to have a couple of buckles, and it seems to be fairly thick. And he has I think it's either strips of fur or strips of leather or material with metal attached as well, sort of on the bottoms. Kind of like Skeletor's little leather dress skirt thing he wears. It's kind of like that, but it could be leather, it could be material, it could be fur. It's hard to tell. And of course, he's got the harness with the basically the X shape. It all looks like brown leather. And metal, so it could be silver or gold. Of course, we have the sword in the back, which doesn't look as ridiculous on his back. When Adam was carrying it, it looked in the photos, it looked really bad. But it looks okay on his back. His hair's got a little bit of curl to it, which kind of surprised me. I guess the overall thing that bothers me is he doesn't look very big. He doesn't look like he really, like we saw a lot of photos of him with a lot of bulky clothes on, and he looked like he had gained quite a bit of weight. But this, he looks fit, but he doesn't look, He-Man like, beefy, like big, thick. He looks just like a regular guy. And there was some speculation that they would have him play Adam, and then when he's playing He-Man, have CGI muscles. So maybe they're bumping him up with that. I'm not sure, but I mean, it reminds me more of the 2000X He-Man than the other movie He-Man. There's no cape, there's no big shoulder pads, and not a lot of daggers and knives and guns and things attached, like all the different little straps and things all over him. And he doesn't have the little leather Speedo that our beloved Dolph had, which looks pretty good. But yeah, it feels more like the 2000X He-Man than the original He-Man to me. So, like the brown, looks like brown leather with silver parts, or maybe gold parts. It looks like silver, but I think a lot of the colour is lost through the high contrast and playing around with the colours and all that. That could be gold, it could be silver. It just looks metallic and light and shiny. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he looks He-Man, looks like He-Man, but I really wish they'd gone with a more accurate cartoon, comic, classic, vintage He-Man look, which is the furry briefs, and you can do a little what do they call it? That little section of material that they have, as long as it's skimpy and is basically just occupying that same space, as opposed to looking like a kilt. Loincloth, basically just that. So it looks more like Skeletor's piece, but more like a kilt. I don't know, it's a little bit off. And I mean, from a distance you go, oh, it's He-Man, but when you start looking close, you're like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I'm like, the original look, just with some more detail, is all they needed to do. They didn't need to really reinvent the wheel. So, kind of a relief, but kind of disappointing, but kind of okay. Better than I expected. So mostly relief. I don't know, how do you feel? I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the brief glimpse of He-Man that we got today.